My beloved child, before your eyes opened to this moment, heaven had already prepared it. You may think you simply stumbled across these words, but I tell you, nothing in your life is random. Every breath you have taken, every tear you have cried, every prayer you whispered in the silence of the night has been carried to the throne of God. And now, Archangel Michael stands, radiant and mighty, with wings like fire and a voice that shakes both realms of heaven and earth, declaring directly to you, my child, I choose you to see this for a reason. Pause and let that sink deep into your soul. Out of countless faces, countless voices, countless lives moving across the earth this very moment, it was you who was chosen. Do you realize the weight of that? Do you realize how many battles were fought over your name just so this single moment could reach you? There were distractions designed to pull you away, storms meant to blind your eyes, and forces that whispered to you, keep scrolling, it's not for you. But heaven overruled. Heaven stretched its hand through the noise, silenced the voices of doubt, and brought you here because you were destined to hear this. My beloved child, you have walked roads that felt endless. You have carried burdens that seemed unbearable. You have cried tears that no one saw and fought battles that no one understood. And still, you are here. Still, you breathe. Still, you stand. That is no accident. That is the mark of heaven upon your life. Archangel Michael says, I have watched every step you've taken. I have fought wars in silence on your behalf. I have guarded you when you did not even know you were in danger. And I am here now because the season you are stepping into cannot be missed. Listen carefully, when God chooses someone, He does not choose them because they are perfect. He chooses them because their destiny is greater than their wounds. He chooses them because what He placed inside them is more powerful than what the world tried to take from them. And that, my child, is you. You were chosen for this message not because you were flawless, but because you were faithful. Faithful enough to survive. Faithful enough to still believe when everything around you told you not to. There is a reason you see this right now, in this exact hour of your life. Heaven's timing is never too early and never too late. This is your appointed moment. The angels have circled your name. The heavens have pressed pause on other things just to place this message before your eyes. Why? Because something is unlocking. Something is being released. Something is shifting that will alter the direction of your days. Archangel Michael says, I choose you because you are about to step into the place others tried to keep you from. I choose you because your destiny carries weight beyond your understanding. I choose you because what is coming next requires you to see clearly, to believe fully, and to know without doubt that heaven is with you. Do not underestimate the significance of this. How many times did you feel invisible? How many times did you think your prayers fell on deaf ears? And yet, heaven interrupts your path now with a message that proves you were seen all along. Heaven says, we did not forget you. We have not overlooked you. We have chosen you. My child, reflect on your journey. Reflect on the moments you almost gave up, the days when the weight was so heavy you did not know how you would take another step. And yet, through unseen strength, you continued. That strength was not your own, it was divine. That endurance was the proof of heaven's hand on your life. That survival was a prophecy that this moment would come. And now it has. Every delay you experienced was not denial. Every closed door was protection. Every silence from heaven was preparation. Do not mistake the quiet seasons for abandonment, they were shaping seasons. Heaven was forming you when you felt forgotten. Heaven was strengthening you when you felt weak. And heaven was preparing you when you thought nothing was happening. And now, the preparation is over. The revealing begins. Archangel Michael says, "Do not scroll away, do not look back. This is your appointed message. This is your divine reminder. I choose you for a reason, and that reason is unfolding right now." You may wonder, why me? Why was I chosen to hear this when so many others remain blind to heaven's call? The answer is simple, because you asked. You may not remember the night, but heaven does. You may not recall the exact words, but heaven recorded them. You prayed for clarity. You prayed for a sign. You prayed for proof that God still sees you, still hears you, still remembers you. And this is the answer. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. The angel armies have been dispatched on your behalf. Doors that were sealed shut are beginning to unlock. The storm that clouded your vision is beginning to part. And where you thought you would remain stuck, heaven whispers, "Move forward, for the path is opening." My child, I tell you, this is bigger than you think. This is not only about what you lost, but about what you are about to gain. This is not only about what broke you, but about what will heal you. This is not only about the battles you endured, but about the victory you are stepping into. Heaven is saying, you survived not to remain wounded, but to be restored. You endured not to remain hidden, but to be revealed. You were chosen not to be forgotten, but to be lifted. Archangel Michael stands as a witness to your life. He knows your scars, but he also knows your strength. He knows your battles, but he also knows your destiny. And that destiny cannot be stopped, delayed, or destroyed, because it was written by the hand of God Himself. So, my beloved child, receive this with the fullness of your heart. Archangel Michael says again, "My child, I choose you to see this for a reason. That reason is divine. That reason is sacred. That reason is that heaven is ready to move on your behalf in ways you cannot yet imagine. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let doubt silence you. Do not let the weight of your past convince you that your future will be the same. For heaven is rewriting your story. Heaven is opening a chapter so filled with light that the shadows of yesterday will not even be remembered. You are chosen. You are seen. You are called. And this very moment, is proof of it. My beloved child, lean closer, for Archangel Michael has not finished speaking. His voice trembles like thunder wrapped in fire, echoing across eternity, saying again, "My child, I choose you to see this for a reason." If heaven repeats itself, understand, it is because the message carries weight too heavy to be ignored. What reason could be so urgent that heaven bends time just to make sure your eyes remain here? What destiny could be so fragile that missing this moment would shift everything? Listen, for the answer is hidden in what you are about to hear. The truth is this: heaven has been circling your name. Again and again, like fire surrounding a mountain, like waves pounding against the shore. Heaven has not been silent about you, though you thought it had. Angels have carried your name into the courts of God. Archangel Michael has stood with your name on his lips, saying, "This one must not be lost, this one must not be forgotten, this one must not be skipped." And that is why you are here. Not because of accident, not because of chance, but because heaven insisted. My child, there are reasons hidden beneath reasons. Some you will understand, some you will not. You see only the surface, the disappointment, the delay, the confusion. But heaven sees the root. Heaven sees the unseen hands that tried to twist your path, the hidden voices that whispered against you, the closed doors that were never truly closed but preserved for a later unveiling. Archangel Michael says, "You see struggle. We see strategy. You see silence. We see shaping. You see rejection. We see redirection." That is why this message is for you, because without it, you would walk blind, and heaven refuses to let you. My beloved child, can you feel it? The weight in the air? The reason you feel pulled deeper as you listen? That is not imagination. That is the stirring of the Spirit. Every line you hear is being pressed into the soil of your soul, seeds planted by angels, destined to grow into revelation. That's why you can't look away, why you can't skip. Because skipping this would mean skipping the very confirmation your spirit has been desperate for. Think of your life. The strange patterns you couldn't explain. Why do the people you trust walk away? Why do doors open for others but stay shut for you? Why does it feel like every step forward is met with resistance? Heaven says, because you are not ordinary. You are chosen. Ordinary roads cannot carry you. Ordinary doors cannot hold you. Ordinary battles cannot shape you. Extraordinary weight requires extraordinary preparation. That is the reason. That is why Michael says, "I choose you." Pause here. Let your heart wrestle with it. Because wrestling produces revelation. You wonder, if I am chosen, why so much pain? Why so many delays? But chosen vessels are pressed harder. Gold is refined only by fire. Diamonds are formed only under crushing weight. Oil flows only when the olive is crushed. And you, my child, are the vessel heaven refused to leave untouched. Because what you carry will break chains not just for you, but for others tied to your destiny. Archangel Michael whispers again, louder this time, "I choose you because your story is not only yours. I choose you because when you rise, others rise with you. I choose you because your survival is not survival alone, it is a prophecy of freedom for those connected to you. This is bigger than you think. You thought your tears were wasted, but they were watering the ground of generations. You thought your silence was empty, but it was the sound of heaven writing. You thought your battles were personal, but they were battles over nations hidden inside you. Do you see why you cannot scroll away? Do you see why heaven pulls at you, even now? Because this is not entertainment. This is alignment. This is not a random video. This is a divine appointment. Every second you remain here is a second heaven continues to pour clarity into your spirit. That is why your heart is racing. That is why your soul leans in. That is why you feel something you cannot explain, because heaven is near. My child, you are asking in your heart even now, but what is next? What is about to happen? Hear the voice of Archangel Michael. Next comes revealing. Next comes unlocking. Next comes exposure. Next comes restoration. The things hidden will come to light. The doors locked will begin to swing open. The chains heavy around your feet will fall without warning. The very things that mocked you will bow before you. The very situations that delayed you will turn into platforms that lift you. Heaven says, you are chosen not for the easy road, but for the extraordinary one. And extraordinary roads carry extraordinary rewards. That is why you felt battles others never felt. That is why you faced betrayals others never faced. That is why you endured losses that seemed unfair. Because your story is not ordinary, and your end will not be ordinary either. Archangel Michael declares, do not be fooled by how it looks now. Do not be deceived by what people say now. For in a moment, a sudden moment, the page will turn. And when it does, those who overlooked you will wonder how they missed you. Those who mocked you will witness your rising. Those who doubted you will see the proof of heaven written across your life. My beloved child, this is why you were chosen. Not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. Not because you were always strong, but because you were always willing. Even in weakness, you held on. Even in confusion, you searched for God. Even in silence, you hoped. And heaven honors hope. Heaven honors faith. Heaven honors the one who refuses to let go. That is why Archangel Michael says again, my child, I choose you to see this for a reason. That reason is not fully visible now. It will unfold like dawn breaking over the mountains, slow at first, but unstoppable. You will look back and understand why you had to see this today, why you had to hear these words now. You will realize this was the turning point. So, my child, remain. Stay until the end. Do not scroll. Do not look away. Heaven is not finished speaking. For the mystery is not yet complete, the revelation is not yet full. But know this, you are chosen. You are marked. You are seen. And everything is about to change. My beloved child, you have stayed, and because you stayed, heaven opens more. Archangel Michael lifts his sword of light and declares, the reason you were chosen is not yet complete. What you have heard was only the beginning. The deeper revelation comes now. Do you feel it? The pull in your spirit, the trembling in your heart? That is heaven confirming this moment. That is why you could not look away. That is why, out of millions, you alone were drawn to this word. Because what comes now is not for the masses, it is for you. My child, heaven says, I hid this message until now because only now are you strong enough to carry it. Think back. Think of the delays, the nights you thought nothing was happening. All along, things were moving behind the veil. Archangel Michael was circling your name. Angels were rearranging paths. The hand of God was preparing doors. But you could not see it then. If you had, you would not have understood. That is why heaven waited. And now, when the time is ripe, the veil lifts. Archangel Michael says, the reason you were chosen to see this is because your destiny is about to collide with divine timing. The waiting has ended. The hidden is being revealed. The prayers stored in heaven are being released. And I, Michael, stand as witness that what you are about to see will shock even you. My beloved child, there are people tied to your story that you don't even know yet. There are blessings with your name on them that no one can steal. There are opportunities prepared for you long before you were born. And all of it has been waiting for this moment. That is why heaven insists you stay. That is why the Spirit will not let you scroll away. Because to miss this moment is to miss the alignment of heaven itself. Listen, your name has been spoken in heaven's courts. Not once, not twice, but continually. Every time you thought you were forgotten, your name was echoing there. Every time you felt invisible, heaven was whispering, wait, not yet, but soon. And now the soon has become now. This is the reason Archangel Michael says, I choose you. Do not doubt it. You are not hearing this by accident. You are hearing this because you are part of a plan too great to be ignored. Heaven has waited for you to step into it, and now you are. The doors are not just opening, they are swinging wide. The chains are not just breaking, they are shattering. The silence is not just ending, it is roaring with revelation. My child, I must tell you this, there are things you lost that you thought would never return. But heaven says, what was taken will be restored. What was delayed will be doubled. What was broken will be healed in ways beyond imagination. You thought the best part of your life was behind you. But God says, no, the best is not behind, it is before you. The reason you see this now is because you are stepping into a season greater than anything you have known. Archangel Michael leans closer, his voice burning like fire. Do not question why you. Question only what you will do with what heaven is giving you. Do not doubt if you were chosen. You were chosen because heaven sees what you cannot. Heaven knows who you are even when you forget. Heaven knows what is inside you even when you feel empty. Can you feel it, my child? The shift? The weight lifting? That is not imagination, that is release. Release of burdens, release of delays, release of chains. Heaven is saying, it is over. Over are the nights of confusion. Over are the days of silence. Over are the years of waiting. The turning has begun. But listen carefully, for with every revelation comes responsibility. Heaven chose you not just to bless you, but to transform you. Heaven chose you not just to heal you, but to raise you as a witness. Your story will be the proof others need. Your rising will be the answer to their doubt. That is why the battle was so fierce. That is why the delay was so long. Because what is coming through you will ripple into others. Archangel Michael declares again, my child, I choose you to see this for a reason. And now the reason is clear, you are not just surviving, you are stepping into destiny. You are not just enduring, you are entering glory. You are not just waiting, you are walking into fulfillment. The reason you see this is because heaven knew you were ready. So remain here. Hold this word. Do not let it go. For heaven has spoken, Michael has declared, and your life will never be the same again. My beloved child, the word has not ended. What you have heard until now was only the doorway. Beyond this doorway lies a hall of mysteries, and heaven has chosen you to walk further in. Archangel Michael stands, his eyes burning with a fire not of this world, and he whispers again, stay, my child, for the reason I chose you is deeper than you know. You think the revelation has already been spoken, but no, the revelation only begins now. For heaven does not pour everything at once, it pours in measures, like rain falling drop by drop until the ground is soaked. And right now, your spirit is being soaked with truth, with clarity, with destiny. That is why you feel unable to look away. That is why your heart beats faster. That is why your eyes are locked here, because your soul knows, this is more than words, this is an impartation. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says, there is something heaven has been hiding until this very hour. Not because you were forgotten, but because the moment had not yet ripened. But now it has ripened. Now the fruit is ready. Now the secret is unveiled. Heaven wants you to know that there are scrolls, scrolls of destiny written with your name. Angels have guarded them. Demons have tried to steal them. Circumstances have tried to bury them. But heaven kept them sealed until this moment. And now, before your eyes, Michael unrolls one of them. The writing glows like fire, and as he reads it, the words echo into your life: this one shall rise where others fall. This one shall carry light where others walk in darkness. This one shall see restoration where others only saw loss. This one is chosen. Pause, my child. Let these words press into your soul. Do not resist them. For even as you hear this, the atmosphere around you shifts. The same angels that carry your name in heaven are surrounding you now. You may not see them, but you can feel them, like a weight, like a warmth, like an unseen presence that refuses to leave. That is not imagination, it is confirmation. Archangel Michael leans closer still, his voice heavy. I chose you not because you were the loudest, but because you were faithful in silence. I chose you not because you never fell, but because every time you fell, you rose again. I chose you not because you were perfect, but because you carried a heart heaven could trust.